So what Tom said is super important if you guys don't understand. The competitors' machines do this. That's great, except for we already saw this carpet's pretty tough to remove. It's been here a while. We've drove forklifts on it. I can lower my slide plate and come at it and slide underneath it without, the competition's gonna come at it like this. It's a lot harder on the blade and keeping it sharp. My blades stay sharp longer, which means my production goes up. So I'm gonna set this down until I touch, come back up a little bit, put a little angle on it, a little head pressure, and then I'm just gonna rip this carpet off the floor.
And you know, as your blade dulls, as you use the blade, you can actually, on the fly, increase that angle, increase that pitch, and you're able to do it without having to get off the machine, without having to deal with any nuts or bolts. I jokingly say that out of all the machines I've sold, anybody who buys a dual lift, I've never had anybody say that they wish they hadn't bought one, but I've had plenty of guys purchase our manual machines, just our standard ones, and they always say, man, I wish I had gotten that dual lift.
So why I'm on this machine, we're talking about how to remove carpet, but let's talk a little bit about National. Specifically, there's machines on the market that drive smoother. It's because of the valving that they choose to use, and their valving does not last like National's does. So if you're re-scraping and you stand your machine up, it tends to want to jump. But that's not a bad design, that's actually operator error. And you're like, what do you mean, Dave, that's operator error? I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you how to defeat that. Because National is not going to put on valves that wear out and stop working after a year. That means on a job site, you have to take all these hydraulic lines, open your hydraulic system, which is never a good thing. So if someone like me can teach you how to drive the machine a little more efficiently to keep it from jumping, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to stand it way up. So like I was doing re-scrape. Well, what I see guys doing in the field is they do this. I don't know if I can get this one to jump.
I was going to say, the 5000 apparently doesn't have any jumping skills there.
It's not as, doesn't jump as much as the other ones, but. So to defeat that, to defeat it jumping or the blade leaving contact with the surface, instead of going forward and backwards and opening all that hydraulic pressure, because these machines have incredibly strong wheel motors and pumps, go left, right, or I don't care if you can go right, left. If you open one wheel and the other, it kind of turns and then goes without leaving contact. Same thing when you back up. I go right, left, and it just comes back a little bit, but it doesn't leave contact with the surface. That's how you defeat that. All right. Let's back this out of the way.
Dave, I had one more quick question.
Yeah.
So I'm like Ricky Bobby. I like to go fast.
Sweet.
And I know that that's one of the big selling points out there for some of our competitors' machines. Can you elaborate a little bit on how going fast doesn't necessarily equate to more production?
Absolutely. I've spent a lot of years going out, especially with ride-on machines for National, on like ceramic. Look, let's be honest, just most soft, good removal, most ride-ons, it doesn't matter. They work okay. I still think ours work better with the technology. I think it's easier to see. I think they're more comfortable. I think the service after the sale, there's lots of reasons to buy a National. But when we move away from carpet and we start talking about wood floors, ceramic tiles, tough removals, oh, let's talk about marble. Good luck. I'll take on the competition any day on a marble at an old J.C. Penney's. They don't stand a chance. I'd show up with my machines and they're driving in circles around me in the parking lot telling a GC, don't let that machine on the job. Look how slow it is. And I'd just laugh. I'd go park in the corner and let them, with their competitor's machine, go to work. And the GC would come over and go, hey, Dave, drinking your favorite soda that nobody's figured out yet. Are you going to go to work? I said, no, go watch him. And I'd sit there patiently for 10, 15 minutes. I'd put on my my carbide shank, and I'd start at one end of the building, go to the other, and come back. And basically tell him we could go to lunch, because by the time we're back from lunch, he might have caught up with us. He's driving around in circles, but because he's hitting the edge of the tile or the wood floor or these tough removals, I'm sliding right underneath it, lifting it up. That's why in my videos everyone says, you're cheating. I'm not cheating. It's the superior design from National's engineering department that's patented. They don't have the kind of carbide shanks designed like we do, and they don't have the dual lift, especially if you don't have to get off the machine to change it. As it dulls, you'll find you might have to put a little more pitch on it, but I don't have to get off the machine and find a wrench and try to move it. I can do it from the operator's position. So if you guys think that a machine that goes faster per minute, that's fine. It doesn't work faster on the job. When it actually comes to production, National will outperform those machines every single time, which means in the long run, as an end user, you make more money, you move from job to job much quicker, and the GCs love you because you're in and you're out of their way so they can go to their next step. Great question, Tom.
Thank you.
Right here, brother.